Commander Replay. It's our next viewer-submitted deck winner, Jason Coe's Mazi-Wreckt. Can Mazi-Wreckt wreck Child of Alara, Yeva, and Zozu? Find out next on Commander Replay. Hey guys, I want to take a chance to thank some of my awesome Patreon supporters. We got Gabriel, Julia Orr, oh boy, Maxime Ploriday, Noah Jaff, Will Deman, and Wilson Maruyama Santos DePaula. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Mazi-Wreckt, viewer-submitted deck winner number 2. Ooh, this opening hand, 1 land and a Soul Ring. Ooh, man, as awesome as that looks, I think we got a mulligan that one. Yeah, this is a little safer. 3 lands, a scry, and a ramp seems like just a much safer hand than our previous one. So this deck was submitted by Jason Coe and was actually submitted in the last viewer submitted deck contest that I did. And after I finished that contest, I just kept thinking about this deck and really wanted to play it over whatever period of time that was, a few months. I don't even remember how long now, but I just kept thinking about it. I'm like, that looks like a really sweet deck. So here we are today with winner number 2. Really excited to see what this deck's gonna do. I've looked through the list and it looks like it's gonna be a pretty tight list. So for those that don't know, we are playing Mazi-Wreckt Crawl Death Priest. Is 3 black-green for a 2/2 with flying. It's an insect shaman. And whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Pretty cool ability. It's a really cool ability, and it's a really sweet green-black commander, but it sort of gets lost in the fact that I believe it came out the same year as Marin. I think it was in the same commander set, and Marin just kind of overpowers everything. Real easy for it to get lost in the shuffle, so to speak. But I still think it's a really sweet commander and one that's definitely underplayed. I rarely ever see it. Anyway, that's going to be our turn 1. Let's lay down the Scry land right here. It's an Ashnod's Altar. That seems like it's probably pretty good in this deck, so we'll keep that on top. Fauna Shaman coming down. That's a very good card. Our opponents, by the way, we have a Child of Alara played by my buddy Dave. Interested to see what he's up to this game. We have Yeva, Nature's Herald. Can cast green creatures with flash. Yeah, that's not scary. And Zozu the Punisher, gonna punish us all for making land drops. So we're gonna want to try to get the lands into play before Zozu comes down. So right here, let's play the Swamp. Let's play the Nature's Lord. And we'll actually get the Overgrown Tomb tapped. And pass the turn. Next turn, I'm thinking about the Spawn Writhe, because getting that first hit in with the Spawn Writhe is really good. So I think we'll want to do that. As much as getting Sakura Tribelder down before the Zozu is probably also a good idea, but we'll probably lose our opportunity to do that this turn, as opponent's 3rd turn is coming up, and they will have the mana to cast their Zozu, assuming they don't miss a land drop. That's a Gaia's Cradle. Fair magic card. Lays down a Birds of Paradise. Hope there's a Strip Mine in this deck. Looks like opponent's going to wait till their end step to use the Fauna Shaman. There's a price of glory. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, if it's not that player's turn, destroy that land. Really good against counterspell decks. Also pretty good against Yeva, since it more or less takes away Yeva's ability. Ooh, that's a tough call. Tireless Tracker or Spawn Writhe. Also, looks like we're going to have to get little to no value out of the Bojuka Bog. That's the reason I actually don't run Bojuka Bog that much anymore. You never really seem to have it when you want it. It's really awkward when you draw it in your opening hand because you just get no value from it, but I don't know. I've kind of given up on it, especially in a mono-black deck. It's not as bad in a green-black deck because you're using green things to ramp. In mono-black, the number of swamps you have in play actually matters. So in mono-black, I've definitely cut Bojuka Bog from most of my lists. For that reason. The good news is that Zozu did not come down this turn. Let's get the Bojuka Bog down. Anything at all we can exile? Nope, so it doesn't really matter who we choose. Next step, I think I'm liking the Spawn Writhe right here. An early uncontested Spawn Writhe can do some really funny things. And we will pass the turn like that. Realms Uncharted for the Child of Alara. Search your library for up to 4 land cards with different names, reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards, put the chosen 2 into the graveyard. And put the rest into your hand. Yeah, see, that's where Bojuka Bog is probably pretty helpful. Riftstone Portal, you say? There's one you don't see much of. As long as Riftstone Portal is in your graveyard, lands you control have tapped to add green or white. Interesting. Looks like Dave's given us the choice. Volrath Stronghold going to the graveyard, Phyrexian Tower going to the graveyard. I'll be super annoyed if the next card he plays is Splendid Reclamation, but sometimes that's how it goes. Nature's Lore for our opponent. Rex Sage coming into play, gonna blow up that price of glory. So Zozu the Punisher's down. Lands are gonna start to hurt. Let's go to combat. Swing into our buddy Dave. Spawn Ride's going to trigger, so we get a copy. So I'm going to go with the Tireless Tracker this turn. Our mana's a bit awkward, so not much we can do about it, but we'll pass like that. So opponent's going to get hit with the Zozu Landfall trigger. That's an Oracle of Moldaya coming down. So Mindstone coming down. Oracle of Moldaya is showing a Worldly Tutor on top of the deck, and our buddy Dave lays down a Mazi-Wreckt, so it will be difficult to attack into him. Really hoping to catch a land off the top. If we catch a land off the top, then we can get Mazi-Wreckt right into play. Zozu punishes themselves. Volcanic Offering. Destroy target non-basic land you don't control and target non-basic land of an opponent's choice you don't control. 7 damage to target creature you don't control, and 7 damage to target creature of an opponent's choice you don't control. The target definitely needs to be a Gaia's Cradle in there. So it looks like Oracle of Moldaya, High Market, Dryad Arbor, and Gaia's Cradle are the targets. Oh, never mind. Okay, so the targets chosen are High Market, Oracle of Moldaya, Gaia's Cradle, and one of our spawn rides. Probably should have went for the Tireless Tracker, although Tireless Tracker does depend on us getting lands, but shooting the Gaia's Cradle, definitely a good idea. Here comes Yeva, and opponent's also going to lay down an Ant Queen right before that Gaia's Cradle goes away. We do have a Damnation in hand, which seems pretty good. I like the things we have out, so I don't really want to trade them in yet. But Yeva has a lot of good stuff out. Luckily, they won't have too much mana after this Gaia's Cradle goes away for the Ant Queen, but still just a lot of value creatures down. Things that get swept into a board wipe nicely. Oh, with the Mazi-Wreckt, he can stop our spawn rides. Well, that's just disappointing. Volcanic Offering, huh? I might need to start playing that card. Sadly, 1 mana too expensive to be a Sunforger target. So disappointing. Ooh, Marin, you say? I guess we get Marin down, and then next turn use the Sakura Tribe Elder and do that whole rigmarole with Marin. I'm going to send the spawn ride at the Zozu, because I doubt that they block with Zozu, and I don't want to get mazed by Dave. I'm going to send the Tireless Tracker at Dave. Give him something to think about. He might want to maze that, although he might want to just take the damage, and decides to maze the Tireless Tracker, so we'll get another spawn ride token. Sweet. There's a Cultivate for the Child of Alara. Looks like they're needing that pretty badly because their colored situation does not look great. Land comes into play. Zozu's going to hit. Divining Top coming down. There's a Gilded Lotus coming down. Cracks the Mind Stone and going to make an Ant. So Yeva opponent's going to full swing into Child of Alara. Child of Alara does have a Mazi-Wreckt up. Mazes the Ant Queen. Makes sense. The most damage. Child of Alara down to 20 already. Whew. And with Zozu out, likely to drop fast, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some burn spells in that deck. There's a Gamble. Gamble, a card that I've had a real hard time justifying using. Yeah, it's a red tutor for 1 red mana, but sometimes you discard the card you tutored for, and that's basically just dressing yourself, and that feels terrible. Goblin Welder goes to the graveyard. Wonder if that's what they tutored for. Seems like a pretty good card to lose. So Zozu going to swing into the Child of Alara. And there's a Blasphemous Act, so that's probably the card that they tutored for. That makes me sad. We had a lot of good value creatures in play. Tireless Tracker and Marin. Don't know this deck list super well, so I'm hoping there's a way to get them back. That's pretty rough, though. We need mana pretty badly. Let's get the Tribe Elder down. We'll sacrifice the... Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice the Tribe Elder now. We could wait and try to catch a land off the top, but so far that plan hasn't been working for us super well. We have a lot of black mana in hand, so we'll get... actually, we probably needed a forest. The Hornet Queen is triple green, which we do not have at the moment, so that was a mistake. Oops. Good news is Zozu's no longer in play, so now is the time to try to get lands in. Demonic Tutor for the Child of Alara. I mean, the good news with that Blasphemous Act is that Yeva loses a lot. Lost Fauna Shaman, Birds of Paradise, Dryad Arbor, Reclamation Sage, Ant Queen, plus their commander. They don't have a ton of cards left in hand, so they're probably going to be living off the top of their deck for a while, which is all very good news. Life from the Loam, there it is, going to get those lands back. There's a Mystic Remora coming down, good card. This Vital Force coming down. Ooh, return target permanent from their graveyard to their hand, that seems pretty good. Bet it's going to be that Gaia's Cradle. Nope, gonna animate the Forest. Yeah, I forgot about that, it only takes 1+ to... get that Nissa's Vital Force going. If they ultimate with that, that's going to give them the much-needed card draw to get out of their current situation. Hopefully the red players got some burn. Nope, just recasting their Zozu. Evolving Wilds. Well, let's get Mazi-Wreckt down. Play the Evolving Wilds. We get hit with the Zozu trigger. Oh man, this is tricky. We've been just like out of sequence a little bit on a lot of stuff. If we could get this Hornet Queen down, then we could sack the Evolving Wilds with Marin and Hornet Queen in play, and that'll pump everything up. It seems really good. Oh man. I don't know if we're going to catch a land off the top. If we don't, then we can't cast Hornet Queen. Another land is going to be the Volrath Stronghold. There's a Merciless Eviction going for creatures. It does get rid of a land from Nissa. Probably should have went with Planeswalkers, honestly. I'm going to crack the Evolving Wilds right here. Most of the plays we want to make next turn involve 7 mana, so might as well get that going. Ooh, Champion of Lamholt, you say? That'll be a worthy target of the Shriekmaw. Ooh, opponent pluses their Nissa again. Going super greedy. I mean, if you have the ultimate on Nissa, you use the ultimate of Nissa. We could Damnation. Damnation would be pretty funny, actually. Stephanin for the Zozu. Trigger the Mystic Remora. So Damnation would get rid of another forest, also get rid of this Champion of Lamholt. Nissa Vital Force would still be in play. You could also Shriekmaw something. Brings it back to our turn. There's a Wave of Vitriol. Each player sacrifices all artifacts, enchantments, and non-basic lands they control. For each land sacrificed this way, its controller gets to search for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield. That seems pretty good. Where's that Life from the Loam at? Is that back in his hand? Yeah, it may not get all the value out of that because of Life from the Loam. Won't get any... It will get the Gilded Lotus. It'll get the Crawl Space. I think we can hold out another turn before the wave. Yeah, let's get Mazi-Wreckt down. Actually, no, let's cast the Hornet Queen. Hornet Queen gives us attackers. We can try to take down that Planeswalker at some point. Ooh, we're one short. Do we lose a land somewhere? I thought we had 7 mana. Well, that's not good. So I guess it's going to be, in that case... just send the green player back to the Stone Age. Damnation. Mystic Remora is going to trigger. So Yeva losing another land. Champion of Lamholt also going down. Child of Alara's in play. Things are going to get real interesting now. Does he blow it up? Colony Garden for the Nissa. Nissa uses the ultimate. Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping to avoid. That's what's going to get them back into this game, because now every time they play a land, they're going to draw a card. If we blow up all the artifacts, they're really in trouble. So no action from the Zozu. They do get to draw an extra card. Ooh, Wood Elves. Wood Elves is good. Wood Elves gives us at least something to do, so play the Wood Elves. Get the Forest. Oh man, this is such a tough call right here. If we get Ashnod's Altar down, then he's more likely to blow up the board. If we don't, then we're not in a great position to try to set up our combo, but trying to set up our combo into Child of Alara is also not going to be great. Our choices here are not amazing. I think that's going to be a pass. Wouldn't be surprised to see this game stall out until someone can deal with the Child of Alara. Shriekmaw hits only non-black creatures, so Child of Alara does have some black in there, so can't hit that with the Shriekmaw, sadly. I mean, the funny thing is that he could start going beat stick with the Child of Alara. He's getting a Life from the Loam, getting back a bunch of stuff. Life from the Loam may win him this game, quite honestly. Everyone else is kind of sputtering out on land drops. Zozu has missed 2. We've missed a bunch. We made up a little bit of it with the Wood Elves and Sakura Tribe Elder, but we are behind on lands. It's turn 9. We have 7. Zozu has 7. Yeva has like nothing. And I think Dave's got all of his lands. 9, 10 lands, so he's accelerated 1. And made all of his land drops. So that is the type of thing that can win you a game. Plus he's got a grip full of 9 cards, so who knows what's in there. A couple of them are lands from the Life from the Loam, but probably still some good stuff. Zatalpa in his graveyard. Nice. Reanimate. Don't know why he did. Must have discarded that to hand size. Not really sure what the plan was. Oh, he can always Volrath Stronghold. That makes sense. Gonna sack the Child of Alara. Nice. Gonna point the damage at Dave. Dave down to 14. We'll gain some life back on the Diamond Volley. Ooh, that's a Price of Progress. Is that gonna kill him? It's gonna hurt us kind of badly, too. Yeah, that kills him. Puts him at exactly 0. So Zozu getting a little bit nasty. That puts us down to 22 and puts Yeva down to 32. More importantly, we can actually start casting stuff. Oh, because he died with that trigger on the stack, all the artifacts are still in play. Nothing got blown up. So we may play Wave of Vitriol on our turn. Oh man, but if we played Wave with Mazi-Wreckt down, that's so many sacrifice triggers. Our things just become immediately huge. Yeah, I guess we wait. So Yeva still doesn't have tons out. Zozu down to 2 cards in hand. That's a Vigor. That's a pretty good card. We'll need to use the Butcher of Malakir somehow to get rid of that. We can Shriekmaw that also. which will probably be a pretty good idea. It's a 6/6 with trample. The way that this game's going, where there's not really too many things out, a 6/6 with trample feels really big, especially as it can get big. Actually, no, it can't get bigger itself. Other creatures get bigger. But yeah, still seems like a pretty big deal. There's ooh, that's a Vandal Blast. That is brutal. Oh, man. So that takes Wave of Vitriol. Wave of Vitriol would only get Staffing in and Crawl Space. Eventually, maybe, but now it's not really in the front of my radar. Yeva's in a bad spot. If we Shriek Maw them, they might just scoop, but I'm fine with that. So bring it back to our turn. There's a Putrefy. I think it's going to be a Shriek Maw. Actually, let's get the Ashnod's Altar down. We definitely want to get that into play. Good thing we held on to that, because the Vandal Blast would have got us pretty good. We're one short. We can sack the Wood Elves to get the Shriek Maw this turn, or we can just... Although, I guess, I don't know if they're going to come at us. Now that he just Vandal Blasted all of his artifacts, we might be okay for a turn. Yeah, I think... Alright, we'll be at 6. 6 is not enough to get our cool stuff into play. Yeah, I'm gonna evoke the Shriek Maw. Shoot the Vigor. Can sacrifice the Shriek Maw to the Ashnod's Altar. It's not really gonna do anything. Actually, we can shoot the Staffin in, which seems probably like a pretty good idea. Alright, so getting some value out of that. In a game like this, where everyone's low on cards, Staffin in seems like a pretty big game. Also the fact that there's not really going to be anything threatening left out. Opponent's going to shoot the Yeva for 1. Is going to reverberate the Putrefy. Let's see what they go for. Probably our Ashnod's Altar. Yep, going for the Ashnod's Altar. So everyone losing a lot of cards in this exchange. And let's go to combat with our Wood Elves. Swing, who's scarier? Yeva doesn't have lands. They have the emblem, though. How scary is that emblem? Scary enough, maybe? Yeah, I think it's scary enough. Resource Denial. Man, we've lost so many good cards this game, but so has everyone else. Solemn Simulacrum coming down. Anything that can draw you cards at this stage of the game is where you want to be. That's a Sulfuric Vortex. Players can't gain life, and 2 damage each player at the beginning of their upkeep. So opponent putting a clock on this game. Our life total's we're at 20. We got to be careful. That's an Eternal Witness. Oh my god. What do we get with this Eternal Witness? So our choices are Marin, seems like a pretty good one. Tireless Tracker, also seems like a pretty good one. Shriek Maw is a bit more situational. Ashnod's Altar. Ooh. Maybe we wait. Maybe that's the answer. Let's get this Hornet Queen down right now. Opponent uses a Corrosive Grip on the Sulfuric Vortex, so Sulfuric Vortex down. And we'll keep poking into the Yeva for 1. Opponent gets another Nissa trigger. Man, that emblem is so good. There's a Wood Elves. So they'll get to draw another card. Yep, that's why I've been going after the Yeva. That emblem is going to allow them to rebuild. The clock in this game still isn't particularly fast. There's a Soul Ring. Yeah, now they're cooking. They're not quite ahead. They set themselves up mana-wise. They could be ahead next turn if they have something big in hand. Ooh. And Zozu coming back to play. All the punishment. That's a Yahenni. The choice between Marin and Ashnod's Altar is pretty tough with this Eternal Witness. I mean, I guess if we get Ashnod's Altar down, I mean, I think it's probably Ashnod's Altar has to be the right call, right? So Eternal Witness, let's get Ashnod's Altar. Use the ability. Replay Ashnod's Altar. Sacrifice the Wood Elves. Get some mana. And cast Yahenni. Start doing some attacking. Uh-oh. What else does the opponent have? Naturalize? Oh my god. I guess Marin was the right call. Ugh. So for that, they have earned themselves a full-scale attack. They go down to 21. Nice. So starting to get their life total moving a little bit. Still a couple turns away. Though I guess we could use the sacrifice ability as soon as Mazi-Wreckt comes back to play. Genesis Wave X4. It's not the biggest Genesis Wave I've ever seen, but looks like it's going to find a couple things. Yavimaya Dryad, Bone Horde, and Sandals of Delirium. Must be an infinite mana combo in the deck somewhere or something. So opponent going to get blasted with Zozu a little bit. Going to mill Zozu for X0. Seems odd. Zozu going to swing into us with the Solemn Simulacrum. We're just gonna... Should we take? Price of Progress is gone. I feel okay taking. Also, I'm planning on our creatures becoming huge next turn. Here comes a board wipe. Burning Earth. Whenever a player taps a non-basic land for mana, deals 1 damage to that player. Woo-hoo-hoo. That one's going to hurt us much worse than it's going to hurt the Yeva opponent. That's an attrition. That's a card. Cast Mazi-Wreckt. Be losing some life in the process. What do we sacrifice? We shall sacrifice the... I believe it's going to be the Eternal Witness. Mazi-Wreckt is going to put a counter on each creature we control. How much damage do we have in the air? Oh, that's a 15-15 germ. Huh. That's 8, 11? We only have 11 in the air. If we sacrifice another creature, we would have... It'd be 12 plus 4 is 16. All right. I think we gotta hang in there for a couple more turns. So send the go to combat. We're gonna send a bit into the Yeva opponent, but we're gonna leave a couple blockers back too because there's a 15-15 out. So they go down to 12. Unfortunately, the Burning Earth won't get them that badly. Zozu still able to do some damage though. Oh, opponent's got Forest Walk. Oh my god. Yep, totally missed that. So Attrition would have been the card right there. Wow. Yeah, that's frustrating. Friggin' Forest Walk. So we go down. Ooh, Green Warden of Marasa. Get back to Gaia's Cradle. Now, Zozu could get there with like a land and a big X-Spell. Yeah, now definitely an X-Spell. Now, yeah, any X-Spell really. Oh, opponent gonna crack, fetch. Zozu getting down there with Zozu. Zozu just needs a little bit of burn. That's a repercussion. Just attack? Yeah, I think that does it, right? Didn't attack. Well, I guess now he can't attack? Oh, just gonna keep going with them landfall triggers. Put him down to 2. Burn spell? Dictate of... Ooh! Spicy! Dictate of the Twin Gods at instant speed with a Zozu trigger on the stack. Nice, alright. Well, if the game's gotta end, I guess that's a good way for it to end. So, Zozu the Punisher getting there. So I really like this deck. We got caught just a little bit of out of sequence with in terms of our converted mana cost plays and how many lands we are on. I think the deck is just a little bit low at 36 lands, especially because there's no Cultivate or Kodama's Reach in the deck, and I think that those are must-haves, especially if you're going to run a lower land count like that. I mean, something like Gate to Phyrexia you could probably cut. I've tried to use that card a lot, and it just never really seems to get there. Especially when you're in green and you can just blow things up at instant speed. Yeah, it's repeatable, which is kind of cool, but it is very slow and gives opponents the ability to react to it. So if they have an artifact in their hand, they're probably just not going to play it. So I'd probably cut something like that to add in Cultivate or Kodama's Reach. Just because, I mean, those things smooth out your deck so much. Otherwise, it's a really sweet deck. I wish we had a slightly better showing right here. We were off sequence with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of board wipes. Got a little awkward there towards the end. It was kind of that battle of who had the most amount of nothing versus the least amount of nothing. But yeah, really cool deck, cool commander. Thank you to Jason Coe for submitting this deck. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.